Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the novel Fahrenheit 451. I am mainly going to focus on a couple of topics from the novel that I found interesting. Let me first introduce you to the plot of the story without going too much into details or giving away any spoilers. Fahrenheit 451 tells the story of a dystopian society in the 21st century where reading or owning books are illegal. Professional firemen would burn illegally owned books along with the houses of their owners. The book was greatly influenced by some real-world book-burning campaign, and the name itself represents the temperature at which paper starts to burn. The two topics of this novel that I found really interesting was how the author saw the relationship between free thoughts and censorship, and the author's view on some future technologies and their use. The protagonist of this story, Guy Montag, who is a fireman, starts to question the ways of society once he met his neighbor Clarice. Clarice represents all the free-spirited people of the society who reads, thinks, and most importantly asks questions. Montag's wife Millie, on the other hand, chooses to distract herself from the reality with the help of seashell radio and parlor walls. The core idea of free thought opposes any forms of censorship. That is why many creative minds like Richard Feynman, Roger Waters, or the author of this book, Ray Bradbury, are so obsessed with the importance of free thought. The author paints a very disturbing picture of what happens to the society if people stops reading, thinking, or being really bothered once in a while. Mass media manipulation is another way to manipulate people's thinking, and technology can be a very effective tool to do so. Fahrenheit 451 also introduced some futuristic tech for the time, but also showed how they can be devastating for the society if not used properly. The two gadgets I really liked were the seashell radio and parlor walls. Seashell radios are a lot like the modern wireless earbuds, which is extraordinary, especially considering the novel came out half a decade before the invention of the first wireless headphone. Another interesting but disturbing use of technology in the novel was parlor walls. Parlor walls was a type of interactive television that replaced many forms of social interactions. I think this is more relevant today than ever before because even though that types of technology are not very common, there are many gadgets that have the same effect on people. One of the most interesting aspects of any science fiction movie or novel is how they imagine the future technologies will look like. It is always fascinating to see how some of the technologies envisioned in older science fiction like Star Wars or 2001: A Space Odyssey becomes reality in the future. Sometimes it works the other way around, like technology being influenced by science fictions. If you have seen the unveiling of Tesla's Cybertruck last week, you probably know how the design was influenced by Blade Runner. Unfortunately, the depiction of our future in some of the modern science fictions like Her, Wall-E, or Black Mirror is not so encouraging. This shows that our ideas about the future is slowly changing over time. In the end, I think this story was an encouragement for the society to embrace free thinking, and the fact that this book was banned in some places kind of proves his point. That's all I have to share for today, and I hope you'll read the book if you haven't already. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment. Thanks.